Hello, today we're going to talk about setting up a Minecraft dedicated server on a generic Linux cloud provider. Now for this example I'm going to use a Linode cloud site. You could obviously use other ones like DigitalOcean, Azure, AWS, take your pick. In order to do this, first we're going to create the Linux dedicated server. As I said, this is the Linode manager. For this example, we're going to create this Linode and we're going to stick it in Atlanta. This creates us a shell and a framework. This is all Linode specific. As I said, you'll have to adapt this to your own particular cloud provider. And we're going to deploy an image of Ubuntu 17.04. Give it lots of memory and give it a password. Now, once that creates, we're going to start it up. And then we're going to find out the IP address of it to get into it. So this is the way you get into it. This is the IP address here. So we're just going to copy that out. System boot success, so the server should be ready to use. So using PuTTY, which is the way to get into a Linux server, will connect to that IP address. No other changes required. Yep, say yes to the warning message, and your login will be root. And the password as whatever you specified in that previous page, or depending on your cloud provider, whatever they gave to you. So now we're into the Linux server itself. So this is Ubuntu, so the commands are going to be Ubuntu specific. Ubuntu is based on Debian, so the commands should work in a Debian host. But if you choose to use CentOS, Red Hat, FreeBSD, you'd have to adapt the commands to your specific server. So we're going to change directory to the home and list what's there, which is nothing, and make a new directory called Minecraft. Change it to that directory, and we have nothing now. So the first thing we've got to do to get the server running is make sure that this server has Java on it. Now by default, most cloud servers do not, so you'll have to install it. apt is the package manager for Ubuntu and Debian. Install default JRE, Java Runtime Environment. Do you want to continue? Yes. And this will automatically go and get all the components you require to install Java. Now in this case it's the latest Java, which is Java 8, which is fully compatible with Minecraft 1.12. Now the next step in this process is going to be actually downloading the Minecraft server components themselves. Now if you want just the server component for the latest release, I would suggest you go to minecraft.net to get it. Here's the link to download Minecraft Server 1.12 jar. Right click on that and copy the address. You'll see at the bottom of the screen S3 Amazon AWS, just down there, and that's what we're going to copy out. And the way to get it onto the server is using wget. And in PuTTY, you just right click to paste what you've got in the clipboard. You don't need to do anything else. That will get the file and place it in the current folder. Now, if you want an older release of Minecraft Server, say you're doing UHC blocks, which isn't compatible with 1.12 yet, then you'd need to go somewhere like this, mcversions.net, and get the correct version you require from here. Now, again, same way, right click, copy link address, wget, and paste. Now today we don't need this, we're going to set up a latest 1.12 release, but should you need to, that's how to do it. Now we've got Java installed on the machine, and we've got that downloaded. If you look, we've got Minecraft Server 1.12.jar. That is basically it. We have downloaded Minecraft to this box. It is ready to run. The way to run it is type Java -jar and then Minecraft Server, or you can use the tab key for autocomplete. This runs exactly the same as you'd see if you were to run it on a PC, and the first run will fail because you haven't agreed to end user licensing terms, which you must do now. The easiest way to do this is use Nano, which is a text editor equivalent to Notepad. Go into EULA, again E and Tab for autocomplete, and change EULA false to EULA true. If you see at the bottom, up arrow and X means Control X to exit. Save the modified buffer yes means save the file and enter to save. You've now agreed to the EULA. You can use the up arrow to go back through the commands, Java, Minecraft server.jar. There we go. Now, whilst that's loading, I'll put that to one side and we'll duplicate this session again. Easy way to do it, duplicate session. So now we have a second session to the same box and you can log in using the same details. It's essentially the same as opening multiple command prompt windows on your PC. Right, so what we can do now is configure how we're going to monitor this server whilst it's running. Now I tend to use htop, which is a great tool, but as you can see, it's not currently installed. But it gives you the command there to install it. apt install htop. Again, quick and simple, installs and then it's running. Done. Htop to run. This shows you a lot of information that is not relevant, but in it you'll see Java jar and there'll be loads of those. What we're interested in at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4 represents the processors, same as Task Manager on a PC, on Windows PC, and memory. So we're using 799 megabytes or 800 out of 7.79 gig. Now, on the left hand side, as you can see, the Minecraft server has started and it has generated its own new fresh world with its own random seed. Okay, this is now a command prompt we can type in, /help, for example, /list, and you can see what's going on with the server. If you want to stop it, /stop. For the next part of this tutorial, we're going to go about how you would upload your own world instead of using the pre-configured one. Now there's a few different ways you can do this. You can upload the entire server that you'd be running on a Windows. This is based on Java, therefore it will just run. You can upload just the world folder if you've pre-generated a world on your local computer. Or if you know the seed you want, you can specify that seed directly in the config file and delete the world it just generated and it will use that seed. I'll go through each of these now. So if we look in this, we've got a folder called world. You'll see it in blue at the bottom down here. And we've got a configuration file called server.properties. If we go nano server.properties, again tab complete, you should recognize this. It's exactly the same as on Windows. And in here somewhere will be level seed. Here we go. Now, this value is not used if the world has already been generated. It is completely ignored. We'll set this to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for now. If we quit that, save properties. Now we delete the world folder, rm space -rf means recursive and force, delete everything, world. Completely gets rid of the world folder. See, gone. Now if you run the Minecraft server again, I'm just using up here, it will use that seed from server properties when it generates the world, and you'll see that on screen. Here's the world generation. And you see on the right hand side, it's using all the CPU up to generate the world. Done. So if we type /seed, we're now using the seed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the trick is /stop. If you want to put your own world in there, delete the world folder, put your own world folder up there. Now to show you how to do that, I'm going to again delete this world folder. You'll note I'm going to leave the seed in that server properties file, and I'm going to upload a world folder I happen to have locally. Now the tool to use this is called WinSCP from a Windows box. Here is the website for WinSCP. Just download and install the latest release, and this is what you'll end up with. The important points to note is you want to make sure the file protocol is SCP, stands for Secure Copy. It's the way to upload stuff to a Linux box. The host name will be the IP address we had earlier, which in my infinite wisdom seems to have closed down. IP-A. Apologies for that. appear to have lost it. Then you'd use root and the password that you put in the suit and log in. So as soon as it logs in, it'll ask you to connect, and it'll put you in a folder on the server. Now what you've got here is something of your local machine on the left. See, I've got MC for Minecraft, and there's a server folder, and server folders from your Linux box on the right. Structure is very similar to Windows. We were in the home folder, as you can see down here at the bottom, home Minecraft, and there's the list of the files we just had on the server. To upload your own world, here's one I created earlier. You take this and you'd copy all the files up here. So this happens to be my world folder, QF4. So you see dim1, you see data, and you see everything you normally see in a normal Minecraft world folder. And all you do is you can create a folder, new directory called world, and I'll tell you why, show you why it's called world in a second. In fact, no, I'm going to call it QF4 just to confuse things, to make an exact match for what we've got. QF4, and I'll show you why that matters. Grab your files, drag them across to the other side. That's it. Now, depending on the speed of your internet and the size of your generated world, this may take a different amount of time. Now, whilst that's uploading, we'll go back to here and I'll show you why the folder name matters and how to adjust that. If we go back into server.properties, we have a line here that says world, level name. Here, level name. Now, this is the name of the folder the server uses when it starts up. So if we leave that set to world, with our seed, it's going, and we deleted the world folder, it's going to regenerate a new folder called world on the seed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we change this to QF4 to match the folder name we just created and uploaded into, say that, you'll note the seed is still in there, and do our server start, Java, jar, Minecraft server. Now you'll see on the other screen the upload finished. I'm going to minimize that for now so we can come back to it. Now you'll note that it didn't generate a new world. Preparing a spawn area, it was a lot less. If we do /seed, you'll now see the seed is completely different, despite the fact 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is in the config file. This is all done. You have now got your world running completely as expected on a Linux cloud server. There are a couple of things still to note. One is that this is called a SSH session we're running in here. The problem with this is if you shut this window down, or your computer loses its internet connection, or the cloud server does, everything running within this screen will cease functioning. It will go away. It's like you close your command prompt window down, gone. So your running Minecraft server will stop. To demonstrate this, if you look on the right hand side, you'll see here's your Java jars, and the server is clearly running. If I shut this window down, you'll notice that immediately all of those disappear and your Java has gone, your Minecraft server has stopped. Now, the best way to deal with this, just use duplicate session again, root, password. Now, screen will allow you to leave things running when you disconnect from them. It's like a system, almost like a system service, and it's an easy way of keeping a Minecraft server running in a window whilst you disconnect your session. And it also means it doesn't die when you close your window down. Let me show you. Now, screen is not installed by default. Again, apt install screen. These are all standard Linux commands, nothing Minecraft specific here. That's installed. So now if we change to home/Minecraft, where our files are, where our server is, but this time prefix the command, the Java command with screen, Java jar Minecraft server, go. Exactly the same thing happens. The server starts up as before. The difference is it stays running. Done. See, if I do /help, we have a working server, /list, no players connected. If I shut this window down, You'll see the Java jars are all over here. Now to make this clearer, I'm going to push the F5 button on the keyboard. This will put it in a tree. You'll see here bash, screen, screen Java, Java jar. Exactly the same as before, but we've got one line prefix for screen. Now I close this window down. I disconnected, I went away, the screen stayed put. How do I connect back to my server? Standard screen commands. Start a new session just so I can leave this monitoring up for you. We type screen -R for reconnect. And there we are, we're back in the screen. Simple as that. This will not die until you stop it or it crashes. For monitoring of a server though, by default using these commands for Java, you're going to have a box using its default memory configuration. Now a lot of places are going to tell you to up that to a larger value. I'll up it now and then I'll explain why. You see at the top screen is terminating and all those commands disappeared. Now in your Java, we can specify XMX and then say 6G for 6 gig. So now we're giving the Java process and therefore the Minecraft server 6 gigabytes of RAM to use. Now note we've only got 7.7, so you do not want to put this number bigger than the amount of RAM you have in your computer or your cloud server. Apparently I can't type straight. I'm in the wrong folder. Silly me. Try that one again. Screen, Java, XMX6G, Java. Now, essentially the quick trick of knowing how much memory your Minecraft server is using, if you're using this cloud server purely for Minecraft, is just to take this number here. Now, yes, that technically includes some of the memory used by the underlying Linux, but if you were watching, that said around 180 meg before we started. It doesn't use a lot. And then as you use your server, this number will go up, and that is essentially the amount of memory that your Minecraft is using. Now you know how to start up a cloud server, install the Linux on it, download and install the Minecraft to it, a way to put your world onto it if you have your own world by seed, by world folder, or by uploading the files, and a way to monitor the server and its memory usage and its CPU usage, and a way to make sure you keep this running in case you lose connections to it. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. Goodbye.